let's start with this. I guess I will blur this part, but with this guy was the last one. I'm the one that needs to decide how I live my 30s, and I'm the one that needs to do the thinking without a lot of external inputs. Let's do it! Another video, another Sunday, another talk about how annoyed slash upset slash a lot of bad feelings I feel towards not the gay community, because this would be a bold assumption, even though I really want to say that, but towards dating in general, because I guess it's not easy for me, it's not easy for a lot of my friends, it's not easy for a lot of people, I want to say. So let's talk about it. And again, I don't know about the classes, but let's do it. Maybe something, nope, something like it. So I've been on the apps again for the millionth time. I'm not on Grindr. I'm on Tinder for now. I'm thinking if I'm going back to Grindr, because at least the meeting with people is a bit faster, but then the meeting with people is not the kind of meeting I want to. No judgment to the people that use Grindr, but I'm trying to fight this urge. And this is one of the topics. So I want to talk about not social media. I want to talk about apps to flirt, like Tinder, Grindr, everything in between. And also how I feel about it, because I feel a little bit of pressure now that I turn 30, 31 I keep forgetting. Like, I need to move on to the next chapter, like I need to settle down, I need to meet the one and start thinking about the next big thing in life. To be completely honest, I don't know if I want to, but maybe I'm lying to myself and I'm telling myself that I do need to move on to this next chapter. But when I think about it, in my 20s, it was not like I was, or like I had my seasons, I'm not gonna lie. I was meeting quite a lot of people in short periods of time. But in general, it's not like I was meeting a ton of people and I was hooking around with hundreds of men. It's not the case. But I was single for the most part. I was enjoying myself. I was not hurting anyone. So why not having fun? But since I turned 30, I've been doing a lot of thinking about what do I want for myself? What do I want in 10 years? What do I want in the next 5 years? Even like, how do I see myself? What's the ideal scenario? And I don't know what's that. I'll be completely honest. And it's, damn, there's something. It's supposed to be just coffee. I don't know what the future holds. And sometimes I'm a bit anxious about it. Sometimes I don't give a fuck about it. And all these feelings are completely okay. This is why I love Sundays, because it's one of the only days that I get to just think on my own without a lot of people telling me what I am supposed to do or what's their idea of how I'm supposed to live my 30s. I'm the one that needs to decide how I live my 30s, and I'm the one that needs to do the thinking without a lot of external inputs. Like, thank you to my friends. If I ask for advice, I'm wanting the advice. But in general, I feel like people get into other people's business when they don't need to and the opinion is not requested. So mind your own business, because I'm sure you have a lot of for yourself. And I should not be angry because I'm not angry, but when I talk about it, sometimes I get a bit upset. But yeah, I was talking about the dating apps. Like, I've been on Grindr. Again, when I had my or eras, it's been really enjoyable. Maybe at some point I will go back. For now, I'm fighting this urge. I don't know why, but I don't want to be back, because maybe I'm thinking about this next chapter that needs to be more wholesome. I need to find the one. I want kids at some point. I just turned 31 and I need to focus on other things. So there's nothing wrong with hooking up with people, but at this point I feel like it's a waste of time because it's not what I want. It's not what I think I want because I don't know what I want, and that's completely fine, even though it's nerve-wracking. It can give me a lot of anxiety, but I shouldn't think that way. Like, things will, what's the expression? All of my videos at some point, what's the expression? Like, the future will pan out as it should. Everything is gonna be fine, I'm aware, but sometimes it's just a lot of overthinking, but we're good. So yeah, I was talking about the dating apps. I'm not on Grindr for now. I'm on Tinder and I was enjoying it. I remember around this time last year, September, I took Tinder really seriously. Like, I wanted to meet guys and I was focusing on one guy at a time. And it felt great, even though the outcome, like meeting with those guys, was great, but the outcome, it was not what I wanted. Because for me, if I really put the thought and the effort to meet just one person, it has to work out with this person, because why wouldn't it be? But it's not that easy. And last year I met 3 guys and I was focusing 100% on them without meeting any other people, without being on the apps, not wasting our time. And it didn't work out, and that's completely fine. So then I got a bit frustrated, I guess, because it's been a while since I was focusing my full attention on someone, and I thought that if I was gonna do that, it would work out with that person. Spoiler, it didn't. So now I'm back to Tinder and I'm having a different approach. Like, I have quite a lot of matches and stuff, and I'm talking with some people, but I don't like that all the conversations it happens the same with almost all of them. I feel like there's a pattern, because we match, we don't talk for a little bit, which is fine because I'm also the one that can do the first move, can initiate the conversation, but we don't do that. At some point I will talk with them, I will send a message like, how are you, can you tell me something interesting? Like, trying not to be just how are you doing, because that's boring. So I'm trying to get something more, and we talk for a little bit. And I'm not a texter, like I like to text every now and then, but if I'm on Tinder and I want to meet people, I will talk for a little bit. I will check that they are not cuckoo, they are not crazy, and then I will ask to meet in person, because for me that's the whole point of meeting people on dating apps. If I would have the courage, if I would be brave enough, I would go in real life and talk with people. But since I cannot do that, I would love to do it, but I cannot do that. This is for another conversation. The apps is the way to connect with people. You talk a little bit and then you meet in person. At least this is how I see it. But I feel like people don't see it this way, and maybe I'm the problem. I'm not blaming absolutely everyone on this, because it's really easy to say I'm doing the good thing and everyone else is in it up. Like, no, I'm sure I'm also doing something off, or a lot of things off. Please plug me in the comments. The first thing that I'm not doing great is that I don't know what I want. And again, it's a bit frustrating because I've been doing a lot of thinking and I thought I knew what I wanted, but now I'm not that sure anymore. Also because there's a lot of things with life that happened. But yeah, about the apps, I was talking about this pattern. So I talked with some of them. I asked to meet in person quite fast, and I feel like people are not so used to it. Like, people want to talk for weeks, I guess, on the apps and then meet in person once they know that we are a good match. But I don't want to do that, because if I want to meet people, if I want to date someone, I love when you are meeting as organically as possible and you are learning about the other person in the most natural way. Like, if we talk a lot on the apps and then we meet in person, of course we will have conversation topics anyway, and we can talk about a lot of things. But there's a lot of things that we would have already talked on the app, and I don't like that. I want it to be as fresh as possible. Like, I want to have this new information face to face in real life, if that makes sense. But I feel like people want to get a lot of information by texting in the apps, and then they want to meet, which is fine, I guess. Again, maybe I'm the problem and I don't want to admit it, so clock me in the comments if so. And right now I can pull up my Tinder and I can show you that I have a lot of conversations that are recent, but they are not moving forward. For some people, it's because I asked to meet and they just don't reply, or they take some days to reply, which is completely fine. Another thing that is happening is that we talk a little bit, like, how are you, how's it going, blah blah blah, and then for some reason that I'm not aware of, the conversation just dies out and I'm the last that send the text. So I feel like the other person should do the effort right now and send the text back. So if I go to my conversations on Tinder, you can see that with the last 7 to 8 people, I'm the last person that sent a text and they didn't reply. And people are gonna say, like, maybe just the conversation died out, like it doesn't mean that they are not interested, but it feels weird for me to be the one doing the extra effort, and if they don't reply, like asking a follow-up questions when I'm the one that sent the last text. I don't know if this is making any sense, but I can show it, I guess. Let me pull up my Tinder because it looks like I'm crazy, and again, there must be something off that I'm not seeing. But if I go to my conversation, let's say let's start with this. I guess I will blur this part, but with this guy I was the last one to talk. With this guy I was the last to send a text message. With this one as well, with this one as well, not with this one. This is the exception. This I had to reply. But with all the other ones, I'm the one that sent something and then I'm waiting for the reply. And it sucks because maybe I will not meet, I kind of like the sunglasses, maybe I will not meet the love of my life on Tinder, but at least I want to try. And maybe I will not create a relationship, maybe we will not be partners or boyfriends, but at least I'm gonna meet cool people in the queer community, in the gay community, and that would be cool as well. Like, of course I'm looking for something else. I want a long-term relationship, I think, but if I meet interesting people along the way, then they are super welcome. But for some reason it's really difficult to create this momentum, like to keep the conversation going. And again, maybe I'm the problem, I don't know, but I've been talking with different guys and it's happening the same all over again, and I don't like it. And I'm not sad about it, like I'm not mad or upset, I'm just a bit frustrated because I feel like I'm doing what I can, but the other people are just really lazy and they don't want to put the effort. But I don't want to be that guy that always complains about how other people are treating him, because I'm sure that there's something that I need to change. I'm not saying I'm perfect, like I'm far from perfect, but in these cases I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Just send a lot of messages until they reply, even if I'm the last one to send something? Even if it's their turn to reply, am I supposed to just talk solo, like a monologue almost, and keep insisting until they reply? I don't get it. And I live in this city where there are gay people, of course, but it's not a really, really big city. And maybe this is my mistake as well. Cool. Because I lived in Barcelona for 5-6 years. And in Barcelona, I experienced my gay awakening. And there is a lot of people, and this is good for some reasons, and this is bad for other reasons. But now in Helsinki, there's not that much people. And I hate to admit it, but I am a bit picky. I'm trying not to be picky because with pictures on the apps, on Tinder, you cannot tell how someone is, and a lot of people don't have descriptions, and a lot of people just don't align with what I'm looking for. But I'm trying to be a little bit more flexible and swipe right more than I swipe left. It's not the case. It's difficult to explain, but there's a lot of people that I'm just not interested in, like physically, and I would like to be more flexible in that regard. And I tried and I matched with some people that are not usually my type, but then it happened the same, that the conversation wasn't moving forward, and at some point I just unmatched him because what's the point if we're not talking? So I tried matching with people that are not so my type, and also it didn't work. Maybe I have to do it a little bit more, I don't know, but it is a bit frustrating. And also, I remember this one case. So, the one person that I'm supposed to reply, but I didn't, it's because I asked to meet in real life, face to face. And then he said, "Oh, okay, I'm down to meet, but maybe this evening we can have a quick FaceTime, like we can have a video call." And I never done that before meeting someone, so I kind of froze. And then last week I had some commitment, so for a week almost I didn't answer. And that's my fault, that's my bad. I'm the one doing the wrong thing in this scenario. I'm completely aware. But it threw me off, this video call, this FaceTime thing, and I just didn't reply. And again, I had other commitments, but this is not an excuse. After these commitments, I sent a text saying, "Oh, it kind of threw me off that you wanted to do a video call. Are you doing this with all the guys that you want to meet?" And he's like, "Oh no, not with all the guys, but it would be nice." And it's something super valid for him to say, because maybe he had some bad experiences, and maybe when he was meeting someone, he had high expectations, and then the pictures were not what he found in reality when they were face to face. But it threw me off, and now that I'm thinking, in this case, maybe I should reply anyway, and I should do the video call, even if it's a little bit uncomfortable for me, because he might have his reasoning behind it. For me, it's weird, but now that I say it out loud, maybe it's not that weird. Like, it's gonna take like 1-2 minutes to do a FaceTime thing. So maybe I have to be more flexible in that way as well. And also, so I am gonna reply to this guy when I finish this video. Also, this weekend I've spent, I keep doing this as if I'm gonna receive Tinder. This is what I don't like about the dating apps. I feel like when I use them, it's not healthy in any way, especially during the weekends. Dating apps for me are not healthy, and I don't know how to put it. Grindr especially, but with Tinder, I also need to be quite careful. Even if I don't have a lot of options, it's really easy to just stay on the app for a long time and just keep swiping. And then what I do, which is really toxic of me, if I see someone that I like, but I don't like that much, but I don't dislike, every time that I see the profile, I don't swipe right or left. I just close the app. And this is all up. Like, why would I do that? I should just, if I like the guy even a little bit, just swipe right, because I'm not in the position that I have a lot of people to choose from. Just swipe right and let's see what happens. If I don't like the guy that much, just swipe left. But this stupid thing that my brain is doing every now and then, I hate it, because life sometimes is already difficult enough. This is a good tip for life, for dating apps, for absolutely everything. I'm going to therapy for other reasons, but this tip you can apply to everything in life. So, well, when you're going through it, not every day of your life, but at least right now, what my therapist asked me to do, and I am doing, is if I'm overthinking about something, pick the easiest choice, because I already have a lot in my brain. So with Tinder, if I'm overthinking about swiping right, swiping left, not swiping, just talking with someone, not talking, I guess the easiest option is just shut down the app, like don't open it for a little bit, and maybe go back to Tinder after 1 hour or something, like read a book or go to the gym or do whatever, and then go back to Tinder. I'm not saying delete the app, because if I want to meet people, maybe the other thing is that I'm not ready right now. I'm not in the position to be open to other people, because again, I'm going through some stuff. So maybe I'm pushing myself and wanting, like, loving the idea of being with someone, but I also need to be really honest with myself. Like, if I go on dates, if I start to meet new people, am I ready to open up? Am I emotional wait emotional available emotionally? Am I available emotionally or something like that? Because it takes a lot, and if I want a long-term thing like I think I want, I should be ready to meet people and to open up and to be emotionally available. This is the word I was looking for. So maybe I need to do a lot of self-reflection, but this is the other thing. Like, during the week, I don't get to do a lot of self-reflection, because I'm not gonna say I'm super busy, because I'm not. But if I work full time, if I go to the gym, if I'm meeting with some friends, Monday to Friday, I feel like I'm busy in the way that I don't get to think a lot about this kind of stuff. And then the weekend comes, Saturday and Sunday, and some weekends like this one, I love it because I don't do much, so I focus on myself. Focusing on yourself is a bit tricky, because it can go really well, or it can go to shit real fast. Because having a lot of time for yourself, you come up with really good ideas, with things that you didn't have the time to process during the week. So during the weekend you do, and you come to really nice conclusions. But it can also go to shit really quick, because for the same reason, since you have a lot of time, since you have a lot of things on your mind also can go to dark places a little bit. But this weekend it was great. And also, I'm gonna be really honest, now that it's by the end of the video, not a lot of people are still watching. Yesterday night, so Saturday night and Friday night, it was a bit, I don't want to say sad, but I really wanted to meet people. I don't know why during the night I have this connection sometimes to meet with people, and I was on Tinder, I was having fun, and I was a lot on Tinder, and I really wanted to meet someone. I don't want to say that I was desperate, but I'm gonna say it, maybe I was a bit desperate, and I wanted to meet with people, and I matched with this really nice guy, and he was like, this is what I hate when people play with me. This really nice, cute guy, he was like, oh, the sunset is really nice tonight. I'm like, oh, I cannot see it from my window, but that's super cute. He was like, oh, I'm just visiting and I feel alone. I wish I would be with someone right now. And I'm like, oh, you can come to my place if you want to, which I don't usually do, or it's been a while since I've done that. Alexa, shut up. It's been a while since I've done that, but he was really nice, really sweet. He was feeling alone, so I'm like, you can come to my place. And then he was like, no, you can come to mine if you want to, haha. So we were kind of jokingly saying, you come, I come, blah blah. I didn't want to go, he didn't want to join, and then I insisted a little bit more by the end, like, this is my address if you still want to come. And he just never replied, which he can do, he's on the right to do all of this, but it felt a bit, because I really wanted to meet with someone. This person was really nice and we wanted to meet, and then he just decided to not reply once he learned that I was not going to his place and he didn't want to come to my place, which is fair. People can do whatever they want, but it made me feel really bad, because I felt like he was playing with my feelings a little bit, and maybe that's not right to think, but that's how I felt. And maybe that's enough for now, because it's 25 minutes on the clock, so I would leave it as it is. Please let me know in the comments if you have any I don't know. You can clock me, you can tell me suggestions, ideas, whatever, but it's always fascinating to me this relationship world because I only had a couple of relationships. I've been on a lot of dates, but then I see a lot of people who are always from relationship to relationship. Then I see a lot of people who are just on relationships for the sake of being on relationships. They don't love it that much, but they don't want to be on their own. Then there's a lot of people who are just solo, some by choice, some because they cannot find anyone, which I think it's valid. There's a lot of different options, and this relationship thing is something that you don't learn anywhere. Like, it's not like you have a class in school about relationships, especially about gay relationships. So it's always been really interesting and fascinating because there's people who thrive on them. Thrive, is that the good pronunciation? And there's people who really are just useless and really, really bad, like this guy. But yeah, that's fine. Thanks for watching. Like, I'm okay. I just need to vent and let it out every now and then, but life is good. Everything is alright. Thanks for watching. I really like how this tank top looks on me. Maybe this can be a thumbnail or something. I don't know. Maybe I can do thumbnails, like, or last one. Okay, thanks for watching.